Hi, I'm Adam Wilson, senior editor with Gallery Books, and I'm here today to talk to one of my newer authors. What's your name again?
Anna.
Oh, Anna Todd. She is the author of After and the After series that first appeared on Wattpad, accrued about 1 billion reads on that platform. A whole buttload of readers. Anna, tell us what After's about.
After is a love story about Tessa and Hardin, and they meet in college and they don't really get along in the beginning. Well, they don't get along ever, really. They get along sometimes. It's just the sort of story about, young love and finding yourself and venturing out into the world and falling in love with maybe not the right person.
And for those of you in the know, you of course know that Hardin was inspired by Harry Styles of One Direction fame, which I, as an editor, did not know much about One Direction. So why don't you tell us about sort of how that came to be and what your process was there?
I was reading fan fictions, One Direction fan fictions, on Instagram, and they started posting them on Wattpad. And I was like, what in the heck is a Wattpad? So then I found it, and then it was like this huge world of every kind of story, not just fan fiction, but I like fan fiction. So I went straight into the fan fiction. And then I was kind of in between stories. They weren't updating, and I just was like, oh, I'll just write my own. And so Hardin, he's inspired by Harry as in looks and name, but personality total opposite. So what has it been like for you taking all of this material and trying to make it into something that makes sense?
There's, it's been a bit of work just because there is about 8 books worth that we're putting out in 4 books. It's an interesting challenge, one I've never had before, because there are a lot of parts that, as you know, your fans love parts that they've already read, so we have to be careful to keep what people have already enjoyed while still sort of structuring the rest of it together.
So it's been really interesting to read it from the beginning. And there are some things I wanted to change and alter, but I still want to keep the basic thing. Like, I'm not sorry for anything I wrote, and Hardin's not sorry. I'm allowed to tell a story that people, might piss people off, but I'm telling a story about people that usually don't get their story told. So
I think that's a good way to look at it. I mean, they're stories about people. They're not prescriptions for the entire human race.
exactly.
So great, thanks for talking to me. Why don't we let people know what's going on with the rest of the year for you?
Well, we'll be releasing After We Collided, After We Fell, After Ever Happy. I'm going on a book tour, so that's exciting, and meeting more of my readers and just doing more event type things for the books. And there's movie stuff for After, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah.